If you're just starting your brand and you want to have a photo shoot to promote your product or service, this is an 8-step guide to make sure that you don't miss anything. This is coming from someone that's been a model for 10 years and I had my brand for a year, and I help others with their photo shoots as well. So watch this so you don't miss anything. Okay, so step number 1 is, what is your purpose? What are you gonna promote? Do you have a service or do you have a product? Okay, so step number 2 is to make a mood board. And I feel like a lot of people are skipping this step. It's so important, and it's always good, like if you're lost, you can always go back to that mood board. It should follow a red thread. It should be like very clear on how you want the photo shoot to be. And here you can also make a separate mood board that is more specific, where you take inspiration photos and make like a very clear list on what kind of photos you want, and those should be based off the mood board. Okay, so step 3 is budget and timeline. Do you have $100 to work with, or do you have like $100K to work with? And when will you release your product? Do you have a specific date? Maybe you work full-time and you can only do the photo shoots on weekend. Then you have to plan a perfect weekend, so it's not too close to your drop, because the photographer needs time to edit the photos, but you also need time to prepare before. Okay, so step number 4 is to choose the location. Do you want to shoot in a studio, or do you want to shoot like indoors, outdoors, at a location? For my summer drop, I did both studio and location, and that was stressful as fuck, but it was so worth it and so much fun. It just required a lot of planning. So I did half day in studio to be able to shoot some e-com, product photos, good quality photos, and then for the last half, I managed to get and for the second half, I managed to get like a restaurant for free, because I have some friends that could fix that, which I'm so thankful for. So we were in a restaurant, and there we did a campaign, and here's some photos of that. And when you're planning a location, you should go back and check your mood board and your inspiration photos that you want to take, because then you know, like, okay, I can actually skip to rent a studio, which will save you a lot of money. But like usually if you want to shoot a product or make some really good photos, it's really good to have a studio. But you can make your own studio if you want. You can make it like a home studio, a cheap version, like a budget version, if you don't have so much money. Or some studios you can even rent for half a day, or like by hours, which is so great. I really recommend this. Okay, so step 5 is a very important step. Your team. The photographers, models, makeup artists, stylists, maybe you have an assistant. This also is really based off your budget. If you're new and have a very low budget, you will need contacts to be able to get people to work for free. But if you have money to pay people, that will be a lot easier. And if you're somewhere in between, like I don't have money to pay a team yet for my brand, I don't want them to feel like they did something unnecessary working with me. So I always try to make the photo shoots very creative so they can use those for their portfolio. I also pay for their taxis, I pay for breakfast, lunch, I also have alcohol on my photo shoots, so I pay for that. And maybe there's like additional costs for something else, like maybe the photographers want to shoot with a film and need to print that out, you know, whatever. All those extra costs I paid for, so the team didn't feel like they wasted their time or spend money for nothing. How you find your team is through Instagram, or if you have friends that can help you, that's even better. But make sure that they align with your brand. Like I usually contact like photographers, models and stuff that I already follow, or we have common friends, because that builds up more trust. If you have like no contacts, you have no idea where to start, you can just search photographer and maybe like the city you live in on Instagram, and they will, or you can find models and see like the photographers they tag. I would not recommend Google or ChatGPT, because they will provide you like the most expensive ones or the most famous ones. And make sure that when you contact models, photographers, makeup artists, stylists, hairstylists, whatever, you need to make sure that you have your mood board, you have the photos you want to take, make sure to be really nice to them and see if they're up for this, and be clear that you don't have any budget, but you will pay for food, taxi, whatever. Or if you don't have any money at all, maybe be open for them to be creative and maybe be a part of the creative process. Also make sure, like, if you're gonna do like an indoor shoot, and if you have a photographer that does really good like outdoor photos, make sure to ask them if they've done indoors before, and maybe they can provide you the photos, because sometimes photographers can be really good at something but really bad at something. So make sure that they have proof that they've done what you're asking for. In case of emergency, if no one wants to help you, then like you can be a photographer yourself. You can buy a digital camera secondhand for like $50 or less and take photos yourself, and then send the photos to an editor on Fiverr for very cheap. Okay, so step number 6 is to coordinate everything. Is to book the team, do the outreach to all the models and the people you want to work with, to find the team and have them confirm that they are available for that day. And also make sure to have like backup locations, like if you're outside and it starts to rain, like it could be cool in photos. Like I did this photo shoot and it started to rain, and that turned out so much better with the rain, but it totally depends on what you want to shoot. And yeah, and book the studio. If you want to have any specific accessories, like coordinate with the stylist that you really want to have this, can they maybe fix that, or else you have to fix it yourself. Maybe you want cool nails, so order like plastic nails that the makeup artist can put on the model. Ask the photographer what he needs or she needs. Maybe they need like specific light or background. Maybe you want set design, maybe something cool on screen, then you have to maybe buy secondhand or run around to find. So you have to like coordinate everything. This goes along with step number 7, which is the preparation. So yeah, prepare everything, fix everything, make sure that outfits are ready, that the stylists know what the sizes of the models and that they will bring the right clothes. You have the phone number to the studio if something will happen, if you can't access the studio. Make sure that everything is done. And this will probably be very last minute. It always is. Like no matter how much you plan, you will stress so much the days before. And in this step, you also want to make a call sheet if you want to seem professional. So a call sheet is basically like a schedule. My call sheet usually looks like this. And here you want to have the timestamps of the day, so everyone knows like what time they should be at the studio, what time they will finish, what time you will have lunch, what time, yeah, you will have like a really specific schedule. Keep in mind that everything takes a lot longer than you expected. So add additional times to everything, because it will probably be something that fucks up or something that makes it get delayed. And also in the call sheet, you want to have like maybe photos of the models and maybe phone numbers to everyone if something would happen, and also the exact location. Also put additional notes, maybe like models be shaved, or maybe everyone eats breakfast before, if you want them to have breakfast before, like, you know, you can just add additional notes. And then you send this to a group email thread, I don't know how to say that, but you send this out to everyone, and then you can be like, hey, I'm so excited to see you in 2 days, da da da. Let me know if you have any food preferences. That's also a good thing to ask, like, so you know, for all the food, like maybe someone is allergic to something, maybe someone is vegan, then you have to be prepared for that as well. And last step is the shoot day. It's be prepared for everything. It happens so often that people get sick, or that they're hangover and just say that they're sick and want to cancel. So be sure to have backup. Like my last shoot, the hairdresser got sick, which was so annoying. Maybe she was hangover, I'm not sure. But we had to find a new hairdresser because we had like no equipment. If we had a brush or like anything, we could do it ourselves, but we had nothing. So we had to post on our stories like, hey, hairstylist, da da da. Eventually I find someone that I worked with a couple of times before. He's really nice, and yeah, I paid him because it was so urgent and so last minute, and we were already like 2 hours behind. So be prepared to like maybe pay extra if something happens. It's the same with like taxis, food, everything. and things will always take a lot longer than expected, so be prepared for that. And don't forget to have fun, okay? Just breathe. Like, if something fucks up, if you can't take a specific photo, it's not that serious. Relax, enjoy, and take a breath out. It could be like very stressful to coordinate a photo shoot. So don't forget to have fun, and I hope you got some value watching this video. Bye!